In this video, we're going to calculate loan payments, and total interest and principal from Unit 4D. Let's look at problem number 1. Consider the following loan and complete parts A through C below. An individual borrowed $72,000 at an APR of 7%, which will be paid off with monthly payments of $546 for 21 years. So the amount borrowed here was $72,000. The annual interest rate was 7%. The number of years that they borrowed the money for was 21 years, and they're making 12 payments a year, and the monthly payment is $546. How many total payments does the loan require? That's going to be 12 times 21 is going to be 252. And each of those payments is $546. So they pay a total amount of $137,592. Notice that amount that you pay is significantly more than what you borrowed, and all the rest of the money above what you borrowed is interest that you're paying to the lender for being able to borrow their money for that period of time. The total amount paid, what percentage is paid towards principal, what percentage is paid towards interest. So let's take the 72,000 divided by 137,592 and multiply by 100%. 72,000 divided by 137,592 times 100%. And we get 52.3% going towards the principal, leaving us with 47.7% going to interest here. So the bank is making a lot of money off of us here in this situation. Let's talk about the monthly payment formula. PMT is equal to P times APR over N over 1 minus 1 plus APR over N raised to the negative NY. This is in parentheses here like that. So let's go ahead and use that to calculate the monthly payment here. $15,000 times APR of 9%. Monthly payments, so N is 12 over 1 minus parentheses 1 plus APR of 9% over 12. Close my parentheses, raised to the negative 12 times 30. It's going to be 120.69. Then the total payment over the term of the loan, 120.69 times 12 times 30 is going to be 43,448.40. Of the total payment over the term of the loan, what percent went to principal? So 15,000 over 43,448.40 times 100%. 15,000 over 43,448.40 and times 100 is going to give me 34.5% is paid towards the principal, and 65.5% is paid towards interest. Now let's consider the mortgage of $250,000 paid at a fixed APR of 3% for 30 years. Let's calculate the monthly payment. So PMT is equal to 250,000 times 0.03 over 12 over 1 minus parentheses 1 plus 0.03 over 12 to the negative 12 times 30. Stick that into my calculator. 250,000 times 0.03 over 12 over 1 minus parentheses 1 plus 0.03 over 12. Close my parenthesis, raised to the negative 12 times 30 power, and I get 1054.01 for my monthly payment. That means 1054.01 times 12 times 30 is 379,443.60 for the total amount that I paid back to the loan company. Of that, 250,000 divided by 379,443.60 times 100. 250,123 over 379,443.60 times 100 is 65.9%, and this is 34.1% then. Now, a student loan of $7,500 at a fixed APR of 6% for 4 years. The monthly payment is $7,500 times 6% over 12. 1 minus 1 plus 6% over 12 to the negative 12 times 4. So this is 7,500 times 0.06 over 12 for 1 minus parentheses 1 plus 0.06 over 12 raised to the negative 12 times 4 power is 176.14, and then 176.14 times 12 times 4 is going to give me 8454.72. Total amount paid, percentage paid towards interest is going to be 7,500 over 8454.72. Sorry, towards principal times 100% is going to be 7,500 over 8454.72 times 100. It's going to give me my percent towards principal is 88.7%, leaving me with 11.3% to be paid towards interest. Now, for this chart that we're going to make down here for the following loan, make a table showing the amount of each monthly payment that goes towards principal and interest for the first 3 months of the loan. We're going to take the previous balance and we're going to multiply that times the APR over the N to get the interest that's for that month. Interest gets paid from the monthly payment first, then the rest of it goes towards principal. We back that out of the balance to come up with the new principal, and we repeat the process. But let's find the monthly payment here first. So this is going to be 144,000 times 0.03 over 12 over 1 minus 1 plus 0.03 over 12 to the negative 12 times 30. So we have 144,000 times 0.03 over 12 over 1 minus parentheses 1 plus 0.03 over 12. Raise that to the negative 12 times 30. And I get a payment of $607.11. Like so. And then let's go ahead and calculate my interest here for $144,000 is my balance times 0.03 over 12 gives me $360 in interest, and put the 0 cents there. I'm going to back that 360 out of the monthly payment of 607.11, and I get 247.11 going towards principal. That gets backed out of my 144,000. So 144,000 minus 247.11 gives me a new principal of $143,752.89. Now I'm going to multiply that new balance times my APR over N. So times 0.03 over 12. And that gives me a interest payment of $359.38. Notice that it's gone down a little bit because I've paid a little bit of my principal off. So we're going to have mostly, we're going to have our biggest interest payments at the beginning, with the least amount going towards principal. And then towards the end of our loan, we're going to have very little going to interest and most of our payment, if not all of it, going to principal. So let's take our 607.11 minus our 359.38. We get 247.73 going to principal. Back that out of what is our current principal of 143,752.89 minus the 247.73 that we're paying towards principal gives us a new principal of 143,505.16. Then we're going to multiply that times our APR over N. So that's 0.03 over 12 gives us a monthly, or gives us an interest payment of $358.76. And then we're going to take that out of our monthly payment. So 607.11 minus 358.76. Just a note here, we're not going to get all the way to the end, but because there is some rounding involved every step of the way here, that we may have to make an adjustment on our final payment. Usually they're going to make you always pay the next cent up if there's any fraction of a cent, and they'll give you the discount on the last payment that you make. For getting all the way to the end, that's usually the way that the loan company works. Let's back this amount of principal out from the principal that we had before, 143,505.16 minus 248.35 is going to be 143,256.81. And that's it for this video. We could have done this with Excel as well, but I wanted to make sure that I showed you the formula and that you got practice using your scientific calculator to do this. If you want to practice this on Excel as well, go right ahead. Excel is great for iterations of things like this last problem, especially if you wanted to make the whole schedule out there for all, what would that be, 360 payments that you were going to make. You could make the whole schedule quickly on Excel with that. So that would be a great use of Excel to try this problem out and try and go out for all 360 payments and figure out what percentage of the payment went towards interest and what went towards principal. Not percentage, but what part went towards interest, what part of your payment went towards principal, and what the balance was remaining, and hopefully you get a zero balance at the end of your loan period. All right, again, that's it for this video. We'll come back next time and we'll keep talking about 4D. See you for the next video.